Hey everyone, this is Chase of Rocky Mountain ATVMC giving you a closer look at the Corozal Adventure Drystar oiled leather boots from Alpinestars. All right, today we're giving you a closer look at the Corozal Adventure Drystar oiled leather boots from Alpinestars. Long name, amazing boots. Now, if you're familiar with the Corozal WP boot from Alpinestars and you're looking at this and you think they look similar, that's because they are essentially the exact same boot. The difference is going to be in their construction. So with this boot, you're going to have oiled leather, so it has more of that classic look to it. With the Corozal WP, you're going to have a polyurethane coated leather. So it really just depends on the style and the look that the rider is going for. But I like this boot. Price point's going to be right around $300. And at that price, there's a lot of value here. I think they did a good job with this at blending features for both on and off-road riding. It's comfortable for all-day riding, even if you're off the bike walking. But then you also have features like their lateral hinge design, which we'll talk about, which takes a bite out of the off-road market and puts it into this. So we're gonna go through, we'll talk about all the features, but before we do that, let's talk about fit real quick. So for me, this boot fits spot on, very comfortable, like I said, minimal break-in time once you get it out of the box, comfortable for walking. Toe box is nice and wide, so it's going to accommodate wider feet well. Nice, generous opening up at the top, so for guys that have bigger legs, maybe wearing a knee guard or a knee brace, I don't see any issues there. But remember, this is an apparel item, which means if you buy this or any other boot that we sell at Rocky Mountain, if you are not happy with the sizing or the fitment, send it back to us in brand new unused condition. We want to make sure you get the size and the fit that you are looking for, so we give you free shipping both ways on your first exchange. So first up, let's just talk about construction. So with the Corozal Adventure Drystar, you're going to have, again, that full grain oiled leather throughout. So you're going to have it here down on the upper. That does wrap around to the lower part of that medial panel. What I like here is you'll notice that on this lower part here, they've actually added this texture to that leather. So for, again, a little bit more aggressive riding, if you're standing up, working hard, really squeezing the bike, it's going to help add some grip there. You also do have a reinforcement here underneath this leather for the inside of the ankle. And then as you work your way up, it's going to be a suede material, but again, just like with that lower, they've added some extra grip or some texture there to help the rider grip the bike. And then also on the inside, of course, you're going to have that Drystar waterproof membrane, so waterproof, but it's also going to be breathable. You can see on the toe box here, you're going to have this TPU shift pad. You're going to have that on both boots. It's really going to help out on the left boot, obviously for shifting, not going to be wearing out the leather. And also, if you were to go down, I like having that there just to help protect the boot a little bit more. And then underneath the toe box, as well as the heel counter, they do have some reinforcement layers there. So that is going to aid when it comes to impact. And yes, this boot is going to be CE certified. Now, if we look at the lateral side, let's talk about the buckles. I'm a big fan of the buckles that they're using on this. This is the same buckle design that we see with their off-road boots, even their Tech 10, which is their flagship model. So looking at it, so very simple to use. These buckles are going to be adjustable. They're self-aligning. Just take your strap, slide it in there, and then just snap it down. So very easy to operate. Now from the Corozal Adventure, if you wanted to, you would step up in price. You could bump up to the Toucan. So the Toucan is going to be their premium adventure touring boot. But really with that boot, the big difference between this or in the buckles is that you're going to get aluminum buckles with the Toucan. These are going to be plastic, but honestly, these are still plenty durable. They're going to do a great job, and they are going to be replaceable if you do have any concerns there. But you're going to have two buckles. Undo both of those. Big Velcro panel up here at the top. So when I open that, again, there's going to be your gaiter on the inside. That's going to be a polyurethane coated leather. And then obviously inside there, you're going to have that Drystar waterproof membrane, which is going to come up to the top of this gaiter. So you're waterproof all the way up to about 3/4 of the boot. On the inside, if you notice here, so you've got an EVA footbed at the bottom. You're not going to be able to see it, but there is some nice padding on the inside around the ankle area. And then you've got that Lycra liner on the inside, which is going to be moisture wicking. So if you're working hard in these, your feet do start to warm up and sweat a little bit, that Lycra is going to help wick away that moisture. Buckle these back up. So next up, let's look at that hinge design. So what they call this is their biomechanical lateral blade system. So it's a fancy name for saying that you have a hinge on the lateral side here. But I like their design here. So rather than just being a single point where this will pivot, you can see it's their blade system. So you've got that blade that kind of comes up into this upper piece here. And what I like about that is it actually just allows that to kind of slide back and forth a little bit. And that's going to do two major things. The first just allows it to have a little bit more flexibility with the boot right out of the box, but also having that lateral hinge with that blade system, it gives additional lateral support and rigidity for the rider's ankle. So if you are looking for an adventure touring boot that's going to have a little bit more rigidity for the ankle for that more aggressive riding, well, like I said, this would be a really good option. Now, a couple things I do want to point out here in the front too. Large TPU shin plate, so good impact protection there. You've got these stretch bellows here working your way up. These are going to be made from microfiber. That's a synthetic leather. If we flip it around, we look at the back, again, you've got those large stretch bellows there. Again, that's microfiber. And then this heel counter here is going to have some reinforcement layers underneath, again, just to help aid with that impact. And last thing we're going to talk about is going to be with the sole design. So with this, my only nitpick with the Corozal Adventure is that the sole is not going to be replaceable. But again, still a lot of value at that price point, $300. If you were to step up to the Toucan with that boot, you will get a replaceable sole. What I do like about it though, when you look at that sole design, like I mentioned again, great comfort, even if you're off the bike walking around, you can see that sole design a little bit more directed for that rider that's going to be spending some time off the bike. But in any case, it's a vulcanized sole, which gives very good grip on the foot pegs, as well as just comfort for the rider. And there it is. That is the Corozal Adventure Drystar oiled leather boot. Again, a great blend of both on and off-road riding features. You're fully waterproof. If you have any other questions about it, leave your questions, your comments below. We'll get those answered. To pick yours up, it is real simple. Just head over to RockyMountainATVMC.com. Don't forget, orders over $75 ship free. If you guys like this video, well, make sure to get subscribed to our YouTube channel because we are constantly doing product spotlights. We even have buyer's guides. If you're not quite sure what adventure touring boot that you want, well, we have a buyer's guide where we show some of our top picks and our best sellers just to give you a good starting point. I am Chase. We'll see you on the trails.